Namaste students. Now we'll see yield method of valuation of shares. Then what is yield method? Yield means what? So yield here valuation is done on the basis of rate of return or rate of dividend. Here yield means rate of return. What return? Yield means it is a result, we can say. See, if you are sowing seed in the land field, you will get the crops. Like that is crop is a yield for that. Like that. Here also yield is what result, what rate of return on the investment we get, that is called here yield. Here valuation, it is based on the rate of return or rate of dividend on each share, that is called here yield method. Remember, valuation is done on the basis of rate of return or rate of dividend. So if block of share is large, remember, if block of share is large, then rate of return should be used. Block of share is large, remember, then what we have to do? We have to use rate of return method. If the block of share is small, then rate of dividend should be used. That we have to keep in our mind while calculating. Okay, now we'll see further just what are the steps we have to follow. So here there are two methods. Here remember, in the yield method there are two methods. One is earning yield method, another is earning dividend method. First let us see earning yield method. Earning yield method means rate of return on the investment. So what are the steps we have to take? So different steps we'll see. First we have to determine the future maintainable profit. We have to find out we have to determine the future maintainable profit. Right. Then there are again in the to determine the future maintainable profits, we have to follow again two steps, main steps. One is calculation of past average profits and averaging past year profits. These are the two steps we have to follow. Again in each step there are sub steps. So how to calculate past average profits? So what we have to do is, first we have to select the number of years to be averaged. So how many years profits are to be averaged, that we have to select, and adjustment here we have to make the adjustment of profit we have to make using all this information, all this what I am going to read, all those information using, we have to make the adjustment of the profit and we have to find out the average profit. Here, right. First we have to eliminate non-recurring items like loss by fire, lump sum compensation paid, abnormal repair, etc. Non-recurring items, because every time fire will not take place, right? Every time fire will not take place. That's right. Non-recurring means very often it doesn't take place. So here loss of fire once in a here rarely it takes place. That's why that should not be taken. Then lump sum compensation paid. If any compensation paid to any employees for the injuries or any death, that should not be taken. Then abnormal repair also should not be taken. Abnormal repair. Normal repair can be taken. It should be you know that here repair expense must be debited to P&L account. A small repair expense and all. Okay, next here. Profits or losses from non-trading assets should not be taken. If the assets are of non-trading, then such a profit should not be taken. Take for example, you see your own purpose. You are here having the furniture in the office. Your own sitting purpose chair is in the office. If you sold it and get the amount, so any profit or loss if you get here out of the sale of that chair, that should not be taken, because that chair is not meant for trading purpose, it is for your personal purpose. So non-trading like this, non-trading assets should not be taken, or profit or loss of non-trading assets should not be taken. Then capital profit or loss or expense should not be taken. Then some capital deficit so which are included in PL account should not be taken, right? Capital here say sale of building, sale of machinery, or any donation received, such a thing should not be considered here for calculating profit or loss. Then adjustment of interest, commission, remuneration, depreciation, if it is there, we have to make adjustment, we have to make that, we have to consider. So remember that. Then any other type of adjustment required to be made as per auditor's qualification and provisions to be made. Then adjustment of tax payable, that all should be made. Adjustment of tax payable should be made, remember. Some take for example auditor's qualification, what if auditors are paid remuneration, that should be taken. Then provision to be made, doubtful debt, provision for doubtful debt here, provision for taxation, such things should be taken. Then adjustment of tax payable should be considered. Okay, all this how we have to find out. So then this is what is how we can calculate the past average profits. Okay, next year B step is averaging past year profits. In case of profits, remember, see these are fluctuating. History of earnings of company has to be studied. What is the earning? It means if there is whether there is a consistency in earning, or one time very high profit, another time loss, or somewhat moderate. So we have to consider that, we have to study that. Then don't show trend, average of the cycle may be used. So trend average here can be used. Then show trend of rising or falling profits. Weighted average method may be also used here. Okay, weighted average. See how it is. What here? Earning yield method. It's the first step. Then second step is ascertaining normal rate of return. This is generally predetermined. See, we have to ascertain the normal rate of return. If a profit is given, then total investment you know, then you can find out. Take for example 20,000 is the profit. Then what here? 1 lakh is the investment. Then what is the rate of return? 20% is the rate of return. Like this we can find out. So for 1 lakh it is 20,000. Therefore for 100, what is the return? So you can find out like this also. Or sometimes they give only in the problem. Okay. Then finding out capitalization rate. So capitalization rate for every 20 rupees. For same example I continue. For every 20 rupees, 100 is the capitalized value. Therefore, for 20,000, what is the capitalized value? Like this, we have to calculate the capitalized value of the profit. Capitalization using rate. Capitalized value of future maintenance profit must be found out. Then lastly, we have to find out the value of shares. This is under what here? Earning yield method. Okay, now second method we'll see. Afterwards we'll solve some problem. Okay, second method we'll see here. First method is we have seen. Second method is dividend yield method. So dividend yield method means, so except the future maintainable profit. So dividend on the shareholder, on the share investment in the form of capital is usually declared in the annual general meeting every year. Sometimes it may be what is interim dividend also. Here interim dividend means what here? In between two annual general meeting, any dividend is declared, then that is called interim dividend. So in annual general meeting, usually to the shareholders on their investment share per share is declared. That is called dividend declared. Using that we have to capitalize. So we have to find out the then share value of the business. That is called dividend yield method. So let us see. The calculation is same as in above method except future maintenance profit will be taken as amount of dividend declared, which is here, which the company expects to maintain in future and in place of normal rate of return. So normal rate of dividend should be used here. Instead of normal rate of return, only thing what we have to do is we have to use normal rate of dividend. Okay. Now I'll see one example. Small example is there. Okay, we'll see one example. Example, remember profits it is 1 lakh. Profits 1 lakh, take down if you can. Then normal rate of return is 20%. Then total number of shares 20,000. Then dividend rupees 4 per share it is, and tax rate is 30%. So these are all the information given with the help of only this much, this much. We have to find out the value of share using yield method, that is earning per share, and earning using IRR method, internal rate of here return method. We have to calculate the value of the shares. I hope you understood the problem. So then we'll go for solution. Now we'll write here. So take just, it doesn't require much time, so you can do it. You can just will solve right there. Write in your notebook solution, right there here. If it is not the no need, if you don't want, you solve simply just solution. I am writing right solution. Sorry, this is so many S's are here, so it is solution. Okay, yes. Now I'll see the solution. Let me highlight the solution. Yes, here it is solution. Now first two methods are here. In the yield method there are two methods. One is earning yield method, another is what here? Another is dividend yield method. First let us take earning yield method. Using earning yield method, we have to calculate the value of the shares. We have to find out the value of shares, right? Earning yield method. Now we'll take first yield method, means rate of return you have to take. So we'll say what is the rate of return? Normal rate of return is 20%. You see here, normal rate of return is 20%. Their rate of earning or capitalization rate we can call it. So this is here capitalization rate only. So it is rate of return is 20%. Reciprocal, if you write, for every 20, 100 is the capital. Like this, you have to capitalize. Okay. Normal rate of return means 20%. Means for every 100, rate of return is 20. So in reverse, we can say for every 20 rupees profit, there must be investment of rupees 1 lakh. So this is rate of earning or capitalization rate. How we can find out? This is reciprocal of 20%. Then we'll find out the capitalized value, right? Capitalized value of future maintainable profit, that is 1 lakh into 100 divided by 20. So 1 lakh is the total profit you are earning. So for every 20, 100 must be the investment. Therefore for 1 lakh, what must be the investment? We have to find out. Right there, capitalized value of future maintainable profit equal to 1 lakh into 100 divided by 20, it comes to 5 lakh. So it means for every 20 rate of return, 100 is the capital investment. Therefore for 1 lakh profit is there, what must be the capital invest? This is what a capital investment. We can say, we can darken it. So this is very important for us. We have to find out. So like this. So then lastly what we have to do is, we have to find out value per share. Very easy it is. Right there, value per share. Value per share, how much it will see. Value per share, what is the total value of the here? Capital, it is 5 lakh. Here 5 lakh. How many shares are there? It is given in the problem 20. So 20 shares. Therefore rupees 20 here 5 lakh divided by 20,000 is rupees 25 per share. This is what here is. This is value of the share, right? I hope you got it. This is value of the share, rupees 20 per share. This is first method, earning yield method. Okay, next method we'll see. Next method is dividend yield method. Let us see here, right? Dividend yield method, right there. Dividend yield method. We'll write the dividend yield method. Okay, dividend yield method will write there. Right, dividend yield method. dividend yield method will write here. So right there, yes, dividend yield method. Yes, copy, paste. Copy paste. Yes, we'll write dividend yield method. Just will darken it. Dividend yield method. Second method it is right. So dividend yield method. So to find out the dividend yield method, we have to find here. We must know what is the dividend per share. Okay, now before that we'll see normal rate of dividend. We'll find out normal rate of dividend. So to find out the capitalization, normal rate of return we'll see. Yes, normal rate of dividend is how much? Normal rate of return is here. Normal rate of dividend we have to find out right there. Normal rate of dividend. Okay, there normal rate of dividend, that is capitalization rate. For see, for 20 the capital must be how much? Say normal rate of dividend, it is 20%. 20% reciprocal, we have to write 20. See 20% how we write? 20 by 100. Reciprocal of that is 100 by 20. It is a capitalization rate. It means, so if rate of return is 20, what must be your capital? Your capital must be 100, like that. Now amount, say what amount of dividend they are giving. So total number of shares are 20, right? Sorry, 20,000. So in the problem you can see total number of shares are 20,000 and dividend per share it is rupees 4. So 20,000 into 4 is 80,000. It is the total dividend paid, right? Total dividend or amount of dividend paid. We'll write there amount of dividend or future maintainable profit. So 20,000 into 4 is 80,000 is the profit as per this method. Then now using this 80,000 we have to capitalize. Okay, using normal rate of return. Dividend we have taken to find out the total amount declared as a dividend. Then we have to take the normal rate of return to capitalize that, right? Here capitalized value of. So if, first one, what is that? That is to be taken. Capitalized value of amount of dividend. What is your profit as per this dividend? It is only 80,000. So what is the your capitalization rate? 100 by 20. So your capital is what here? As per this 4 lakh. So now we have to find out the value of share as per dividend yield method. Right there, value of shares equal to capitalized value of dividend. This 4 lakh, capitalized value of dividend is how much? 4 lakh divided by total number of shares, right there. So total number of shares are only 20, right there. Value of shares equal to capitalized value of amount of dividend divided by total number of shares. How we see capitalized value of dividend is 4 lakh divided by number of shares are 20,000 only said. Total number of shares are 20,000. So 4 lakh divided by 20,000 comes to rupees 20 per share. Okay, that is what here is. Here capitalized value of shares, right? I hope you got it. So any confusion is there, you can ask us. If you don't have any confusion, so you can try more problems on this. On this kind, very simple it is, no problem. We can highlight this like this. Okay, this is, see here any confusion is there. So just you want here capitalized value of amount of dividend you have to take, then you have to using that dividend. You have to take the normal rate of return only to capitalize. You cannot take a dividend rate. Normally, you always, you remember, you have to take normal rate of return only to capitalize. Even, right? Like this, you have to find out. Okay. I hope you can try more problem of this kind. Okay, and then until see today we'll conclude this class. The next method, next class will come with the other problems. Okay, we'll see here. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. We'll see in the next video.